They canceled fall football. What the hell? Hey, everybody. Welcome to Elite Athletes TV. I'm Mike Pawlawski, former 11-year pro and world champion quarterback. And today, I want to talk about what you do now that they've canceled fall football. But before that, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, ring that bell. That way you get notified every time we have new content coming out. Give me a thumbs up if you're trying to figure out what is going on with fall sports for high school athletes this year. And leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. A lot of what we do here is based on hearing from our audience, listening to people, listening to parents that we talk to. And also, please share this video out. I would really appreciate it if you help us grow the channel. You've been fantastic so far. And so let's see if we can get a ton of new athletes in here to help learn the game, understand the game better, share with your teammates, share with your family, share with your friends. I'd appreciate it. Now, let's get to it. So this week in California, the CIF, which is the governing body for high school sports in California, has decided that they are going to push all fall sports back to the winter. And so they have essentially canceled fall football. Now, you knew in the state of California when the teachers' unions said that they were not going to come back in the classroom, when the schools said that they were going to shut down, that they weren't going to allow students on campus, that it was going to be all virtual learning once again, that there's no way you could have fall sports. And I've gotten texts and emails and calls and in-person conversations with a bunch of parents for athletes that I coach because they're not all too happy about not having school or having sports. That said, we are where we are. And so what do you do now that they've canceled your fall sport? Well, the plan is, and the way they have it on paper, to have 2 seasons instead of 3 seasons for competition. So they're moving traditional fall sports back to December. And the first date that you can start practices right now in California is December 14th. In part, that's kicking the can down the road to see what happens at that point, to see if kids can get back into school, to see if what happens with the pandemic, with COVID, what's going on right now. In part, it's a chance because a lot of athletes haven't been able to work out in the state to get them ready. Now, you have to remember, this may not be the case in your state. You may have fall football in your state, but California has the largest number of high school athletes of any state in the country because they have the biggest population in the country, obviously. And so for a ton of athletes, trying to figure out how emotionally to deal with not having school, not having peer networks, not having social interaction, and then now not having sports on top of it. For athletes, that is a huge deal. Being involved in sports is part of our makeup. It's part of our persona, how we recognize ourselves. And so here's what you do. You need to focus on having a purpose. Oftentimes when we get disappointing news, we focus on the negative about what's being taken away. And what's being taken away right now is your sport, your ability to compete, part of what makes you you. But what you have is an opportunity to improve, and you need to make that your purpose. During football season, when you go to camp and you're getting dinged up, you're getting nicked up, you're getting injured, you're constantly running, you're running drills, you don't have time to work on basic fundamentals. How do I get faster? How do I get stronger? How do I learn the pure technique of my position? Because you're trying to install plays, install game plans, install new defense, just install all the time, and then rep for that game. You're prepping for a game every week. But what you have this fall is an opportunity to really focus on your individual skills. First one I talk about is getting faster. Speed is the number one differentiator for athletes on the field. If you look at purely fast guys, you know who the fastest guy on your team is. Speed is a huge difference maker. If you want to get faster, I'm really proud. We just launched Faster 40 in 40 days. As an athlete, I put the card right up here. You should try it out. Learn how to run faster. Improve your speed. That will make a huge difference. Getting stronger. A lot of California doesn't have gyms open right now, but body weight exercises, bands, stuff that you can do at home to improve your physical conditioning. And Coach Banning has it on the site. Again, I'll put it up there. An opportunity to improve your overall skills, your athleticism, your flexibility, your strength, your speed. All those things have to improve. And if you can do that in this time, give yourself that purpose, then that's going to be a big difference maker in your athletic career. Plus, just having a purpose in general is so important for human beings. It's when we lose purpose, when we lose focus, when we meander in our lives, that we start to run into problems, when we start to run into boredom, when we start to run into other issues. And so give yourself that purpose of now becoming the athlete of your dreams. Quarterbacks, during the season, you never get enough reps on fundamentals. There is just too much going on. You have, even if you have a great quarterback coach, you only have a set period to practice fundamentals of your position. Right now, without a season going on, you have the opportunity to hone your craft, become the quarterback of your dreams. Again, we offer it on the site, eliteathletestv.com. I have full quarterback workouts with training, instruction on how to improve reactive accuracy, how to improve footwork, how to improve passing mechanics, how to improve reads, all that stuff. You can hone your skills at the position. So take this fall without fall sports as an opportunity. The other thing that 2 seasons instead of 3 does, and it's detrimental to me, I think. I love athletes to play multiple sports. I never want them to focus on just one sport. But they've moved the winter sports into the spring. So basketball and baseball and lacrosse are all going to be going on at the same time. Soccer is going to be going on at the same time. So a lot of the athletes who play across sports now are going to have to figure out which sport they want to play most, because they're not going to be able to play them all. Lastly, in California, they have allowed athletes to now compete in outside leagues and high school sports at the same time. And so we're working on putting together something here in the Bay Area, but if you can find a league in your area, something to do, 7-on-7, anything like that, you need to get involved in that. Compete, compete, compete. As athletes, that's what we do. And if it's just competing with ourselves in a workout, that's good. But if you can find a way to compete with your teammates, do it. Again, always stay safe, but you need to compete. You need to make that part of your makeup as an athlete. The truly elite athletes, the athletes that truly want to excel, will find a way to make this time period off a benefit and not a drawback. So if you're one of those athletes, make sure that you're going out there improving your football skills, improving your quarterback skills, improving your strength, and improving your speed and agility, and you're going to benefit from having the fall off.